I've got the hat and I've got the app, but is Komoot any good? I'm riding between two friends' houses. One's in Richmond, just outside London, and the other is in Poole in Dorset, right on the coast of the English Channel. Having to navigate around a couple of big towns, one major city, and trying to make that as traffic-free as possible. That is going to be a real test for this app.
I planned it on the desktop version, where the different routing options for road, touring, mountain biking could be compared. I wanted to stay clear of traffic, so chose touring. I noticed there was a ferry on the route, which probably wouldn't be running when I started, so I added 2 waypoints. One of these would take me around Hampton Court, where I knew there was a bike path. I exported the GPX file and transferred that manually to my Garmin.
So I was right to reroute the Komoot because at 7:15 in the morning this ferry's not running. I'm on Route 4 of the National Cycle Network, which here is the Thames Path. I've been going for about an hour and I've only averaged 10 miles an hour, which is really slow compared to what I would be doing on the road, which would be up about 16. And that's largely due to the surface, which is quite rough, and the fact it's a shared path, which is why I have a bell on the bike.
A couple of hours later, I stopped for coffee at a filling station.
It's kind of interesting what Komoot has done. It has taken me on traffic-free routes where possible. So I've been going alongside canals and the Thames, but where it hasn't, it's put me on the next best thing, which would be a main road that's got a segregated, well, just really a footpath of a cycle road. Very few times I've actually been on the road itself, and where I have, it's tended to be in towns or quiet roads through housing estates. So it's been quite good. Now this was slightly awkward because Komoot routed me through a military firing area. Fortunately, the flags aren't flying, so no problem, I thought. But the gates were locked, and then when you look, there's a sign saying they're spraying the ground by helicopter. But anyway, I chucked my bike over, rode it, and it wasn't very long, but not sure what I would do, whether I could reroute that on the fly.
In fact, I'd soon have no choice. The route through Southampton was on a good cycleway, which I was now sharing with commuters as the day grew later. And then I ended up where I did not want to be.
This is the main A35, and it's routed me down here as a touring cyclist. Now I've just looked on the map and there are at least 2 other routes it could have taken for only slight diversions. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm actually going to try and leave the Komoot route soon and get away from this.
By then I was in the New Forest, which is a great place to explore on a bike.
That cock-up by Komoot has meant I've had a fascinating tour of the New Forest that I otherwise wouldn't have seen, so thank you for that. I came across this pub, so I've ordered some food, and you know, since I've got a tent with me, I'm going to spend the night in the New Forest, which is one of the things you can do when you're bikepacking.
If you'd like to see the ultralight camping kit I carried, check out the other video on my channel. The next day I followed my own route, with just a mile on the busy A35 before hitting a cycleway. The rain started and 40-mile-an-hour winds battered the south coast just as I arrived, so I took shelter.
One thing that really works well about Komoot is that last night in the pub I could replan my route, avoiding the worst of that main road, and then I could transfer it to my Garmin as an offline route. And that's what I've been following this morning, and that worked really well to be able to do that on the fly.
That feature and the clear interface are the reasons I'll keep using Komoot, but I will try to check it's avoiding main roads where possible.